The film opens during a severe ice storm which a radio announcer suggests may be linked to a recent asteroid cluster. Helga, an elderly woman, is disturbed by loud persistent scuttling and rumbling sounds coming from within the walls of her South Brooklyn apartment. Desperate, she calls an exterminator named Frank. When Frank arrives, he's a loud, cynical man who quickly assumes she's the same woman who previously had an issue with a fucked up parrot, which Helga denies. Frank immediately notes the lingering foul smell of improper duct cleaning, attributing it to his competitors, the Bug Brothers. Helga initially acts evasive, claiming she didn't call him, but the mysterious noises quickly escalate in intensity, terrifying her. When Frank investigates the source of the noise, he's attacked by an unseen creature in the back room, resulting in a horrifying gurgling death as Helga looks on in shock before calmly picking up the phone to call another exterminator, repeating her original plea about noises in the walls. Elsewhere in the apartment building, Ethan, a cartoonist working as a handyman to support his family, is confronted by his grumpy landlord Gunter about a broken window in the storeroom. Gunter is convinced Ethan's young stepdaughter Charlotte is responsible and that she stole a doll from the room. Ethan questions Charlotte, who denies being involved, claiming she has no interest in Gunter's dollhouse. Meanwhile, Ethan is on the phone with his publishing contact Sandy, who informs him that his comic book is being fast-tracked for a major summer release, putting immense pressure on him to finish the work within a week. Ethan's partner Heather asks him to watch their baby Liam while she works, stressing the baby's tendency to eat paper and asking Charlotte to supervise him. It's soon revealed that Charlotte is secretly keeping a spider as a pet, which she has named Sting. She is fascinated by the creature and feeds it a bug, observing it grow. The building's problems continue when Ethan goes to fix Maria's sink, only to find the pipe has burst and damaged her home, resulting in her losing her cherished pet bird. Later, as Ethan tries to put his elderly, confused mother to bed, he finds a hand-knitted sweater she made for Charlotte. Ethan and Charlotte share a brief positive moment while reviewing his comic book sketches. Charlotte offers insightful criticism, suggesting eyes be added beneath the professor character's glasses to show more emotion, surprising Ethan with her talent. Later, while tucking her in, Heather tells Charlotte how proud she is of her sketching, and Charlotte agrees to let Ethan use her giant spider idea for his comic in exchange for chocolate. Charlotte later confronts Ethan about having erased the changes she made to the professor's glasses. She asks him not to pretend to like her ideas if he doesn't, highlighting a fragile tension in their relationship. The next morning, Charlotte shares facts about spiders with her parents, mentioning that they can fly using wind systems and have blue blood. Heather, stressed and rushing for a client call, asks Ethan to take care of Liam again. The conversation turns to Ethan's portrayal of the professor, a character based on Charlotte's absent biological father, whom Ethan has drawn as perfect. Heather gently confronts Ethan, pointing out that his drawing only highlights the emotional distance and stress Charlotte is feeling, especially with a new baby in the house. She emphasizes that Charlotte sees Ethan as her hero and they must figure out when to tell her the truth about her father's return to the area. The building's problems take a gruesome turn when the family's parrot is found dead, horrifically mangled inside its cage. Ethan is forced to call an exterminator who turns out to be Frank's son, also named Frank. The young Frank is disturbed by the bird's death, noting that whatever killed it was small, attacked from the inside and melted its food before it ate it. He immediately rules out rats and begins to smoke the whole damn building with poison. Charlotte, meanwhile, continues to care for Sting, who has grown significantly in size. She watches a video explaining that a spider's bite can paralyze its prey before it injects a digestive fluid to liquefy its flesh, allowing it to feed on the prey while it's still alive. Young Frank the exterminator sprays the building, but Charlotte becomes territorial when he tries to spray her room, saying her pet spider won't like it. He warns her that spiders only know two things, and that's eat and kill. The creature Sting is now fully grown. Charlotte coaxes the massive spider out of the jar and feeds it a mothball to observe its distressed reaction. The monster then goes on a rampage in the building, first attacking Maria's dog and then Maria herself, as she is paralyzed by its venom and devoured while opera music plays softly in the background. As the mysterious, rapidly growing spider named Sting continues to terrorize the apartment building, Charlotte seeks out the resident biology student Eric, who lives upstairs and is attempting to find a cure for diabetes using fish in his makeshift lab. Charlotte asks Eric to buy one of his fish tanks for her new pet, revealing that her spider has doubled in size in only a few hours, a physiological impossibility according to Eric. She then demonstrates Sting's peculiar ability to mimic sounds, showing him the feeding whistle she taught it, which the creature reproduces perfectly. Concerned Eric recognizes the creature is no ordinary spider and is possibly highly venomous. He convinces Charlotte to leave the spider with him briefly so he can transfer it to a more suitable enclosure and assess the species. Meanwhile, Ethan and Heather are in a strained conversation about Ethan taking a new job to help them move, with Heather harshly criticizing his character by suggesting he prioritize fixing their baby Liam's teeth over Charlotte's. Their argument is cut short by a mysterious scraping sound from within the walls, followed by Bonnie, Maria's dog, running terrified into their apartment. Ethan, using his skeleton key as the building's maintenance supervisor, enters Maria's apartment to return the dog, where he finds the apartment completely deserted and covered in strange viscous residue, confirming Maria has also fallen victim to the creature. Eric calls Ethan to warn him about Charlotte's pet, revealing he's an arachnology expert and has no idea what species it is, calling it a killer and insisting the issue must be taken to the Department of Health and Safety. Ethan rushes to Eric's apartment, where a terrified Eric hands him a phone, only for the monstrous spider to immediately burst out of the containment jar. Eric is attacked by the spider's web-like secretions and venom. Ethan confronts Charlotte back in their apartment where she's devastated to learn he allowed Eric to take Sting away to health and safety. In an emotional outburst, Charlotte lashes out at Ethan, accusing him of taking out all the cool elements of his comic and killing the professor, the character based on her absent biological father whom she adores. In a moment of devastating honesty, Ethan tells her the truth. Her father lives only across the bridge and has simply chosen not to visit. The revelation shatters Charlotte, who runs from the room in tears, leaving a bitter rift between Ethan and Heather. The creature, now revealed to be in Eric's possession, is seen feeding on rats he had apparently lured into his apartment, saying, "Grow as big as you can." Who's next? The spider, now massive, bursts through Eric's ceiling and Eric is killed. Ethan receives a call from his publisher Sandy telling him he's been replaced on the comic because his pages are not being submitted fast enough. Immediately after, Gunter finds Ethan smashing the heater to fix it and fires him, calling him a weak man who, like all weak men, will leave when the going gets hard. The body count escalates rapidly. Gunter is attacked and killed by the massive spider in the storage room after mistakenly thinking the creature's noises are a cat, and Helga finds Gunter's body wrapped in webbing. Ethan has an apparent emotional breakdown, hitting his head against the wall in front of a terrified Heather. She tells him she loves him but can't do this again, implying she is on the verge of leaving him. Before she can finish, the spider attacks their apartment. The creature severely wounds Heather before Ethan is able to beat it back with a toolbox. Hearing Bonnie barking, Ethan follows the sound only to find the dog wrapped in a massive thick web. He finds Eric's lifeless, contorted body suspended nearby. Ethan then sees Charlotte also caught in a web and struggles to free her while urging her to hold on to the air duct grooves. The last remaining exterminator, Frank, arrives, having followed Helga's buzzing, only to find Gunter's body. Ethan and Charlotte make it to the main floor where they reunite with Frank, who upon seeing the size of the spider hysterically gives up and tries to escape, only to find the exit door locked. The three are cornered and Frank demands Ethan give him the jar of mothball-infused water, the only substance they've seen that burns Sting's webs. Frank uses the water on the ceiling but then in a panic uses the nail gun on the water pipe, washing away their defense. The spider attacks Frank, injecting him with venom and suspending him. Ethan is forced to take Charlotte and Liam into the garbage compactor for safety. He finds Heather barely alive, wrapped in webs. Using the remaining mothball water and his own body as a shield, Ethan lures the spider to the main control panel for the building's machinery, managing to electrocute the monster in a final visceral battle. After the fight, Ethan and Heather are badly injured but alive. Charlotte is unharmed and tearfully confesses that the entire terrifying ordeal is her fault, to which Ethan lovingly replies, "This is not your fault, we have to deal with this together." Together. He then reaffirms his love and commitment to her. "I'm never going to leave you." In the final scene, as the family is recovering from their traumatic experience, the camera focuses on a vent. From inside the vent, a small chirruping sound identical to Sting's feeding whistle is heard, suggesting a baby spider may have survived and the horror is not yet over. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.